Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, and you are in my house, beautiful soul. You're in my home. And I know I say it every time, but you're welcome here. That's not a joke. That's not an understatement. I turn on this little piece of machinery that's before me. I press a few buttons, doop, 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 and I activate this magic called technology. And I invite you into my space because it enriches my entire existence. So actually, you're not just welcome here. I thank you. I thank you. Honor, privilege, they fall short. Thank you. I don't have any special guest with us today yet, meaning a crystal or a stone. Our special guest is coming out of this bag today. It's going to be a rune. So it is going to potentially have a symbol inscribed on it. And that symbol, that energy may guide, I think there's a hair in my mouth, may guide the transmission, the energy that we receive from spirit. Oh, I can't see what it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. When I tell you that I knew it, I knew it. I believe it's pronounced Rido or Rado, but it's stemming from ride ho, or like, I imagine someone on a horse. Unfortunately, in my imaginary image, there is some kind of accessory that they're using to drive the horse further into movement. It's kind of violent is a little bit of the vibe, but it's movement. It's forward movement. It's perpetual motion. It's centripetal bliss. I don't know if that's the word. The words to that song. This kiss. It's something. Someone help a girl out. But anyway, this is our talisman. This is our energy for today's transmission. So let's go. Let's see what it is about movement, what it is about force, what it is about horses and the reins and spurs, and I don't know what else is being used here. It's something. Where are we going, Spirit? Where are we headed? What's the journey? What's the trip? What's the ride? Let's bring it home. You're the journey, you're the trip, you're the ride. That's hot, but I don't know if that's exactly, if I'm interpreting that right. Let's see. There's something to it we've touched on before, but there's more to it than that. So let's start with what's coming through on a fundamental level, and then let us rise. This energy is great. It's all about movement. But what we as human beings, particularly in this juncture of time, space, reality, often get caught up on is the idea that we're supposed to be moving. Go, travel, find a thing you want to do, act. Not necessarily as a performer. I mean, take an action toward it. Like, what are you doing lately? Have you ever heard that in convo? What are you up to lately? What are you doing? If you say, I'm just sitting still with my finger up my butt, that doesn't often land in a socially approved of way. And you can even leave the finger up my butt part out of it. The social notion, the collective consciousness, at least, again, at this juncture, here in the US of A, circa 2024, it's all about the movement. Ride ho! We're going, we're gone. What are you doing? And if you're being somebody, what? How are you being that? Like, let's even turn states of being into activities. And if you're in a state of being that you don't like, what are you doing to fix it? It's just fun to do. But yeah, there's movement, there's energy, there's activity, we're happening. So Spirit's offering this new perspective here today. Again, we've touched on it before, so let's go to the fundamentals. You are awareness, beautiful soul. You're not the form. You're not the mind, although you have technology that links to a realm, a collective realm that's shared where all these thoughts are passing through. Half forms, the precursor to forms. What we see, how we perceive it, and how we interpret it typically is the result of the patterning that's imbued in the cells of our form. So those are very interlinked, mind and form. Then we have the realm of heart, the truest truths, the emotions that are passing through, the map to our destinies, the proclivities of our soul, the soul's mission. And if listened to, this little organ and this esoteric space in the body will pull you effortlessly toward destiny. Great, we got the realms covered. You are the awareness that dwells within, the light, loving awareness, unconditional awareness, presence. The mind typically has you in its grip up here in this realm. The heart will never pull unless it's in dire straits and it knows that it's pull or the form dies. And the form itself is typically just running on patterns at a rate of destruction. It will drive itself back into the ground from whence it came. It's like really intense. But you are the white light of awareness. And what Spirit is saying here today is, can we become curious about experiencing these realms, mind, heart, form, triple threat, as the trip? Can we become curious about the movement of all that's going on right here without having to ever lift a finger? Can we become curious about the trip that awareness is on? Somebody said it once, I'm the drug. Well, actually, quite a few people said it. But it harkens to this concept. It echoes, it's linked, it's vibing, it's giving. There's a similarity there. Social pressure or not, there is an urge to act. And some beautiful beings will feel that urge and become even more rooted and grounded in holding on to not taking an action. That's not the type of stillness that Spirit is referring to. The constipated rebellion of lashing out against society's urge to move by staying stagnant and in stasis and denying expansion is not the type of stillness that Spirit is referring to, and in fact could be considered the opposite extreme of an extreme, neither of which feel great. It's not that they're wrong. They just don't usually feel so good. And believe it or not, the great all that is would like us as awareness to have access to bliss at all times. Yeah, that can be a shocking discovery. That's why we develop practices like meditation, breath work. Some people use movement of the form, exercise. Some people use the realm of mind. They watch it. It's a form of meditation. And they develop this muscle to control their awareness, move it around from here to here to here and beyond. There are so many other realms available for exploration. But it begins with the remembrance that you are awareness. Not this. Not this. Not even this. These are your servants. Oh, these are your rides. Ride or die. These are your buddies. So Spirit's proposal, an invitation, always a humble one. Always gentle, never forcing, just a little, more like there's no poking. It's more, come this way, if you dare. Don't dig your heels in and resist movement. Don't atrophy and wither the realms that you as awareness have access to. Out of a belligerent need to stop the speed of society. Because underneath that is fear. Don't run as fast as you can, constantly changing, constantly upgrading, constantly shifting, moving, traveling, going here, going there, never stopping, never resting. Yes, you always have a new story. Yes, you always have a new experience. Yes, you're always up to something. And yet, too far over to that extreme, the root of it is fear. What those fears look like intellectually, how they're defined, different for every pattern. But their common thread is that neither one wants to ride the ride that's going on in the present moment. The ride of you. You are the ride. But when I say you, I don't mean you, the awareness, the real you. I mean your toys. Realm of form, your body. Realm of mind, your mental space. Realm of heart, your desires, your emotions, your needs. These are rides to be ridden. And there's both movement and stillness in equal portion here to be accessed. And Spirit indicates that when you are in balance with these realms, by virtue of watching them, getting to know them, spending time with them, not just in them, because then we're drowning, with them, learning to swim. Partners, associates, besties, ride or dies. We find automatic balance between the two extremes of atrophied stuckness and accelerated decomposition, both of which are a form of rot, evidently, and may accelerate the rot of the form. May accelerate the rot of the mind, may accelerate the atrophy of the heart. So how do we do it? Well, you must be new here, my sweet friend. If you're old here, you know. And if you are new here, my goodness, is it a gift to have your beauty in this house. We make a practice. We devote that old-fashioned third-dimensional concept, a little bit of fourth in there too, called time. We set timer, blink. We choose realm. Will I explore the heart? Will I explore the mind? Will I explore the form today? Which of the realms am I going to make my buddy? And then in that session, we practice bringing ourselves, awareness, into one of those forms. If it's a body meditation, we may be focused on a body scan from toe to head, what it feels like to be in the organs, what it feels like to be on the skin, what it feels like to be in the breath, what respiration feels like, what the heart rate feels like. If it's a heart meditation, we may focus on the white light at the center of the chest. We may focus on breath, the rising and falling of this space. If it's in the mind, we may be doing a mindfulness practice, which the Sarita, that's me, likes to call a mindlessness practice. We don't let the mind run us around. We watch it play, like we're watching our 2-year-old, if we have one. Watch the thoughts go by and see how some wish to pull you in, and see which ones do. And in the midst of that, you may forget you were ever even meditating, ever even watching, because you go so deep down a thought train, so far into a rabbit hole, and then, you surface, you breathe again, and it's this exhilarating ride. Oh, the 3 realms to start have so much to offer. Don't even begin to explore the vastness that is available on the rest of your time, outside of those sessions. But if you never learned to drive your car, how would you make your great getaway? If you never learned to communicate, how would you speak your truth? If you never learned to walk, how would you practice for your marathon? We think that just getting into the field, life, will teach us all we need to know. And we're right about that. That's a fact. Even the mind nailed it. But it's not going to feel so good. It's going to feel like a steaming pile of mojon, which is, I believe, a Cuban slang word for shit. It's like a big old steamer. It's going to feel pretty much like that pretty often. Hence the practice. It's a lot easier to make your great getaway when you've practiced driving a few times, or when you do it every day. It's a lot easier to write the poem of a lifetime that seduces your loved one to great salacious love affair, darling. When you have learned a language, you know what words mean. Likewise, the value of practice in exploring the ride of you cannot be overstated. And Spirit wants you to know that the greatest ride, my sweet friend, is going to be you sitting by yourself, eyes probably closed, deep in love, in presence, in camaraderie with these realms. The bliss that awaits you. Don't expect it. Don't demand it. One practice. I was told there would be bliss. We all know the whole gym thing. You go to the gym once, you're like, where's the 6-pack? Do it for love. Do it for the ride of it. Do it for the drama. Do it for how even whack-ass shitty the experience of meditation and presence can be, because it can. One must be brave. One must be courageous to venture into what's percolating here and feel and witness and know the truths of this form, this mind, this heart, and to begin to watch them work together like a sacred triangle or an infinity sign. Your choice. Oh, one must be brave, because it is I promise you this is the last time I do this, ride. That was it. Put it down now. It's a ride, baby. But Spirit's inviting you to go on it. Because we can blaze into the external world all day long, or retract into the shadows all night long, and still have an incredible life experience. There won't be a moment wasted. Nothing will be a mess up. It'll all be as it's meant to be. That's a fact. You can't mess this up. You don't have the power. But you won't enjoy it as much. And Spirit do be wanting you to have some bliss. If you landed here, it's your time. So that's where we're leaving it today, beautiful soul. It's been riotous good fun. I love to see you. I love to feel you. I love to sit here at the time that this is being recorded and know that this heart is touching that one. That is a miraculous gift. That is what you give to me. So I thank you. I thank you. Now, can you go touch your own? I'll see you there. Until we meet again, I'm sending you all the love I've got, always more, never less. You are it.